Assalamualaikum. Welcome to 100 Days Shrimp Farming Training Program organized by Local Fish Hatchery and Farms. I am Arisha Fatma, your today's host. A part of Tawakkal group, currently doing ample fisheries and aquaculture from University of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Lahore. Each day, this program brings us closer to a complete understanding of how to make shrimp farming more productive, sustainable, and profitable. To begin our session with blessings, let us start with the recitation of Holy Quran. I kindly request Muhammad Umar to recite few verses.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah. Before moving to today's topic, let's quickly recall our previous session. In the previous class, we learned from Mr. Muhammad Wajahat Amir about the use of probiotics and beneficial bacteria in shrimp farming. He explained how probiotics help maintain pond water quality, improve shrimp digestion and immunity, reduce the need for antibiotics, and make farming more sustainable. Previous session gave us clear and practical knowledge on how to improve farm performances by using natural solutions. Now coming towards today's session, it is about biosecurity. Biosecurity means protecting farms from diseases before they arrive. It involves measures like water quality and feed management, disinfection, controlling movement of people and equipment, plus regular monitoring. In shrimp farming, biosecurity is not optional. It is a must because one small mistake can lead to a big loss. We are honored to have with us Mrs. Turni Handayani, a highly experienced expert with more than 30 years of experience in shrimp aquaculture. She has been a leader of shrimp aquaculture laboratory and quality assurance quality control. She is the head of group laboratory and she has expertises which include laboratory analysis, quality assurance, and audit and certification. In laboratory analysis, she has competency in shrimp health management, PCR, poly chain reactions, water quality, and microbiology testing. In quality assurance, she has excelled in end-to-end quality control from pond preparation to harvest. In audit and certification, she is expert in handling firm audits and certifications. Her decades of work in the field of aquaculture have made her a true authority in shrimp farming, and we are very fortunate to learn from her today. So now, without any further delay, let's welcome Mrs. Turni Handayani to deliver today's session on biosecurity in shrimp farming. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. So today I would like to thank you for the moderator to give me the time to presenting about the biosecurity in shrimp farming. Next.
My question.
Okay. I try to sharing our experience in shrimp farming, and I would like to explain about what is the biosecurity. Okay. The biosecurity is a series of preventing measures to reduce the risk of the entry, spread, and release of infection diseases in shrimp farm and its surrounding environments. It involves physical barriers, chemical treatments, biological control, and strict management protocols like using SPF shrimp, disinfecting equipment and water, controlling access, monitoring for the disease to reduce the losses, and ensure sustainable production. Next. Why is biosecurity crucial? One is the preventing the disease outbreaks. Biosecurity acts as the first line of defense against infection agents, significantly reducing the risk of disease introduction and spread. Sustainable production. By minimizing disease, biosecurity helps ensure consistent yields and make the entire shrimp farming industry more sustainable. Protecting shrimp. Shrimp lack strong adaptive immunity, making them vulnerable to the diseases, which can lead to significant losses if not controlled. Next. Biosecurity component in shrimp farming. One, prevention of pathogen entry, protected water sources like reservoir, filters, disinfection. PL from register hatchery, the acclimatization, adaptation before stock in the ponds. Number two, control of disease outbreak in the farm. Zoning of intake inputs, culture pond, and wastewater output. Control movement people, vehicles, and equipment. Sanitation of the pond and equipments. Monitoring and fast response. Detect early symptom of disease. Regular monitoring and quarantine and isolation protocol for disease ponds. This is the picture how biosecurity implementations. Next. Biosecurity risk. If we know the pathogens is very crucial in shrimp farming, it is about the virus like white spot syndrome, and then the IPNV, yellowhead, Taura syndrome, IAG GNV, and also about the bacteria like Vibrio, early mortality syndrome, EMS, ASPND, necrotizing hepatopancreatic, NSP, and also from the parasite like Enterocytoson hepatopene or ESP. This disease is common in shrimp farming. The transmission pathway, it can be from the water, like from the intake or the effluents, the equipment, the personals, live feed, and also the broodstock. External threat, climate changes, like maybe rainfall, wildlife or birds, crustacean, because this is as the carrier, and contamination inputs. This is the picture of the disease, like the white spot, and then the IMNV, you can see here, and this is about the EMS or AHPND. This is the clinical sign of the disease. Next. Farm level biosecurity measure. One is the how to set selection. We want to make the farm, we should selection the site. One is how to avoid flood prone area, distant from wild shrimp population. This is the picture how the flooding is affected in the shrimp farming. Number two is clean water sources. While ensuring no other incentive shrimp farm are nearby to reduce disease spread. Select an inland location, minimize disease introduction and escape, as it is over better physical isolation from wild aquatic population. The site can support the necessary infrastructure and operation, such as access to well or transportation network for coastal water. Next, perimeter security. All the visitor entering the farm must record it in the visitor book. Actually, we always preparing about the declaration biosecurity form for the visitors. This is the example of the declaration biosecurity form. And then the visitors are not allowed to visit the farm during the disease session. Visitors coming from others' farm or hatchery are not allowed to visit within 74 hours of the visit period. Control the movement of the workers in the entire farm. This is actually already application in our farm. Next. Main water intake or pump house. The main water intake is critical components of overall biosecurity, controlling and minimizing the risk of contamination from the external sources with limiting entry to the area. This is the picture of our pump house. Water source, good water quality like the physical, chemical, biological parameters should be in good condition. Safe distance from the pollution sources like wastewater or other ponds. Regular disease surveillance, it must be doing because we will see about the wildlife animal to do the PCR testing. The next. The entrance farm was true, like tire baths. This is also the common in the shrimp farmings because the objective is to kill the viruses or bacteria on vehicle. Entering the farm to prevent the disease, and then we can use the disinfection like the iodine or potassium permanganate solution. It should be changed in daily basis. And we are using this one. This is already approved by Department of Fishery. Next. Pond level biosecurity. One about the pond population. How is dry out the pond? Cleaning, and then the disinfection to elimination residual pathogens. Water filling, good source of the water intakes. Stocking, we can use the specific pathogen free or SPF, or we can use specific pathogen resistant SPR for the post larvae. Stocking density based on the facility of the pedal wheel or blower to reduce stress. The water quality, good water quality management or good water parameters. Next. Pond level biosecurity. This is the picture or our example. The harvest, we can see this is the dirty pond. We can see in the paddle wheel many barnacle attached in the paddle wheel. And then we can see in the harvest sum, the water is very dirty. So should be clean. How we can to clean? We should wash or brush with the broom all the equipment. We are removing the barnacles. We clean the feeding plates, paddle wheel, auto feeders, and all the animal like shrimp, maybe fish, slugs, and also the biofilm. And under the picture, this is the pond after cleaning. So you can see the difference before we cleaning and after the clean. And it should be checked by QA. QA will inspection after the cleaning the pond. It should be passed by QA before they start to new cycle. And it is need to drying the equipment to help kill the pathogens also. The next. After we do the cleaning the water, cleaning the pond, and then we will do the repair. Why? After the cycle, SDPL should be the repair. This is to prevent any contaminants like water under the lining enter the ponds, preventing ballooning ponds during cycle. We do the repair not only for the pond, but we also repairing about the sub-inlet or other facilities. The next. Okay. Pond disinfection. After do the repairing, we should do the disinfection. Disinfection, this is using like chlorine in stagnant water in harvest sum. We using also, we can use the lime like with PS10 or ECL solution with PS less than 4. This is the purpose is to kill ESP spore. Spray pond surface, PW, cable, and feeding bridge. Iodine, 200 ppm. This is to spray the equipment such as feeding tray or sexy dish. Next. Subwater inlet channel. The purpose of subwater inlet channel are important as the biosecurity control in their respective module, which aim to control access and minimize the risk of contamination from the external sources. We should clean with the broom or brush and then remove all the physical waste. So we can see in here, the channel is very clean. And then we dry for the minimum 2 days before entering the waters. We do the disinfection and ensure good drainage to prevent water retention. This is our picture, is our channel in our farm. So you can see this is very clean. The next, water filling. The disinfect water source to eliminate harmful organisms or viruses. Install with filter to prevent wild animal. You can see here. We apply for the 1000 micron. Usually this is the blue color. And then 250 or 500 micron as the recommended. And we can see here for the big one, we put in the inside. And then for the small one, like 500 micron, we put in the outside. We will wash the net and dry it regularly. After we use this one, we should dry out this one and then cleaning up. And then this is the picture is one of our gas chlorination system that we have. And then this is the next is the picture of how they are doing the manual chlorination to the ponds. Next. The source of the PL larvae before stocking, it should be free from disease. Use the specific pathogen-free SPF or specific pathogen resistant SPR for the post larvae. PL should from the register hatchery. The audit hatchery directly to ensure the condition of the hatchery. The PL should be past the quality and have the certificate of the analysis. Next. Management of the PL stocking. The number of the tank to in accordance with the COA. The PL calculation. Check the DO and temperature in tub and plastic. Check the PL activity in tub or plastic. Disinfect equipment to be used. Acclimatization. Adjust the water temperature and salinity gradually before stock in the pond. Install the baby box to monitor percent of survival rates. Stocking density must be related to her farming method like traditional or maybe semi-intensive, intensive, or maybe super intensive. Next. This is the picture or maybe the flow process from the lorry delivery, and then this is how is the tank number, and then we are doing the sampling, and then check the DO, and then check the salinity. We also disinfect the equipment we are using, and then we do the baby box, and then we check the DO in the pond. It will be due by the QAQC team, and then we will stop. So the acclimatis process after QAQC say the acclimatis process is complete, and then we start to stock. The next, personal protocol. As a system, biosecurity should be applied to all the staff. And washing need to install in the ponds, farm-specific clothing or footwear for the staff. Next, equipment and vehicle. Install of disinfection for food bath, hand wash, equipment and vehicles. Every single pond should have their own equipment. Do not share the equipment with others. This is, we put the iodine, so we can, this is for the disinfection for the equipment. And then this is the food bath. And this is the tire bath for the motorcycle. And this is for the hand wash. We put it in the bottle. Next, biosecurity activity in the pond. The sanitation process must always be practiced throughout the cycle. Weekly ABW sampling, make sure disinfection castnet before sampling. Disinfect the boot in food bath before checking feeding tray and check transparency. Siphon 1 day, 1 ponds. 2, thick baths and change the clothes. Siphon after feeding. So you can see the picture here. This is the activity in the pond by operator or supervisor. Next, cleanliness and neatness of the shrimp farming. Grass must be cut, destroy such suitable habitats for crabs, snakes, rats, and other dangerous animals. Tree must be cut down to prevent birds from nesting or sleeping, especially herons and seagulls. Animals such as cat, chicken are not allowed in the pond in the pond area. Tidy up the work area, especially for the feed and chemical stores. So we do the activity, the grass must be due because this is one of the biosecurity, not only for the farm, but also for the people. Next, install crab protection. CBD such as like fence, net fencing, deck pond, more than 30 cm for the highest. Crab as a disease carrier, especially white spot transferring the virus directly or through the waters. Here is why the crab is the carrier of the white spot, and then for the shrimp, of the crustacean, actually. Next. Okay, install bird scaring device or BSD. Bird is the vector of disease spread. Prevent bird of prey from catching the shrimps. Bird is the vector of transmission disease. Birds need to be installed to prevent bird in the pond. In here, we see the seagull. Actually, it's very dangerous if pond detected by white spot. That's why we should install the bird scaring device. The bird scaring device we can use here. This is the like the rope lah. And then we also can use the nets, bird's nets, to prevent the bird. Feed management. Provide quality shrimp feed. Feed from the registered factory, free from antibiotics and prohibit chemicals. Avoid overfeeding, which can pollute the water. Store feed in special place away from the contamination. Avoid fish or shrimp for the feed. Here is the declaration from the feed factory that it is free from the antibiotic or prohibit chemical. Next. Disease outbreak response. Isolate affected spawn. Stop water exchange. Cull is necessary. Biosecurity involves isolation infected spawns, implementing strict hygiene, and disinfection for staff and equipment. Collecting and destroying dead shrimp, stop water exchange, and preventing spread to other area through closed system and netting on water inlet. After an outbreak, review farm operation, modify the system to be more closed and biosecure. Use specific pathogen free or SPF or specific pathogen resistant SPR post larvae to prevent recurrency. The next. Monitoring and surveillance. The health monitoring. Daily check for abnormal behaviors, mortality shrimp invertebrate. Send the sample to laboratory immediately to identify the disease. Surveillance disease analysis. To detect disease, we can do the surveillance or monitoring start on DOC20 by Wetmon or PCR. Preventing the control and action. If signs of disease are found, quarantine the pond, feed control, pond waste management like siphon and dislodging, probiotic application. This is the picture how we do the Wetmon in the shrimp. And we can see in here the hepatoparenchymas is abnormal. And this is how to check the feeding tray. And this is the PCR. This is, we can see the positive or the negative of the diseases. The next. This is monitoring in environments. The purpose is the benchmark for the production team if there is a disease in environment, in intake or in discharge. Surveillance periodics for the sampling water and aquatic wildlife. Parameter check for the disease according to disease trends. Record the rainfall and water temperature. In here, we have the record data for the rainfall and it is very useful for us. Why? Because our climates in here, we have the monsoon. That's why the environment parameter is very crucial and need to recording this. This is for our strategy for the production. Next. Harvest and post-harvest biosecurity. Harvest protocol. Clean and disinfect all the equipment like nets, basket, or tubs. Restrict for the movement of the harvest team. Rapid killing the shrimp with 0 on 4 degrees Celsius to prevent bacteria growth. Do not any remaining shrimp in the pond. So this is the picture how we harvest the shrimp. And then this is how we are killing in the tub. We check the temperature of the shrimp. And then we are doing the disinfection for the equipment. Next. Biosecurity effluent water. Wastewater treatment management system. sedimentation to settle solid or biological filters, application of the chemical if necessary, prevention of the pollutant in the environments, safe distance from the clean water sources, special treatment if disease is detected. Ensure that the waste disposal is done properly and does not pollute the environments. Using wastewater treatment plan like ITS if necessary. This is the ITS that's applying in Malaysia. And this is the Indonesia is the IPA. This is in Indonesia. Next. The recommendation, biosecurity training and awareness every cycles, good documentation system practices, collaboration with the relevant local authorities like fishery department, continuous improvement of the biosecurity practices, certification of the farm according to biosecurity standard. Next, the conclusion, biosecurity is an investment, not a cost. Reduce losses by 30 or 50%, improve yield quality, and ensure market access. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for delivering such an extensive lecture on biosecurity of shrimp farming. And we are truly thankful to you for guiding us in detail and in every aspect that is helpful for farmers and for researchers for applying in farm. Now, if anyone wants to ask any questions from ma'am, you can raise your hands and we will call one by one. So anyone in the comment section who wants to ask questions from Ms. Handayani.
Okay. If any question, maybe we can share.
Ma'am, before someone asks a question, I have a question that are there any physical signs to assess if the larva is specific pathogen free or not? If there is no access to a lab, any physical signs to monitor by eye?
Okay. Actually, if we don't have the lab, we can check the quality of the PL by the behaviors. Maybe we can check with this one, like the hepatopancreas, how is the color was, and then for the body of the PL, how is the colors, and then the activity, and then maybe we can see the guts, even the gut is full or not. But for the PCR, but for the disease, we cannot do by the observation. So we should need check by the PCR. Sometime lah, we are sure that the PL is very active. But when we check the PCR, this is positive. When it is stocking in the pond, actually it is we already put the risk in our farm. So better, if we want to stocking the PL, we should have the certification of the analysis. If they don't have the others, it doesn't matter, but the disease must be negative. Actually like that.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering my question. I don't think so there is any question, and your presentation was too detailed. Not a single confusion left in my mind. So I think same for the participants. Alhamdulillah, today's session was extremely insightful and practical. We learned from Mrs. Turni Handayani about the importance of biosecurity in shrimp farming, a topic that is truly the backbone for the prevention of diseases. She explained that biosecurity is not just a precaution, but the first line of defense against diseases that can cause huge loss. From pond preparation, safe water intake, and specific pathogen-free post-larva selection to controlling vehicles, equipments, and visitor movement, every step matters in protecting shrimp stocks. We also learned how barriers like birds' nets, crab fencing, and footpaths, along with the regular monitoring and fast response systems, are essential to stop diseases before they spread. Most importantly, Mrs. Turni reminded us that biosecurity is an investment, not a cost, because by preventing outbreaks, it reduces losses by about 50% to 30%, ensures stable production, and secure access to international markets. On behalf of Tawakkal Group and all participants, I sincerely thank Mrs. Turni Handayani for sharing her vast expertise and practical guidance with us today. And to all participants, remember that success of shrimp farming is not only about growing shrimp, but it is about growing them every single day by preventing diseases. If we apply today's learning on our farms, we can achieve healthier crops, stronger harvest, and sustainable profits. Inshallah, in our next session, we will continue the journey of learning with another important topic. Ma'am, I'm really thankful to you for as you have spared your time for us and gave such an extensive lecture. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you once again and see you in the next session.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.